Good morning, children. Welcome to science class. In the previous class, we have discussed about the chapter 5 acid, bases, and salts, right? In that chapter, we have discussed about acids and bases and also indicators. In today's class, we are going to continue the same chapter, and today we are going to discuss about neutralization. Okay, neutralization. In the previous class, we have learned acid turns blue litmus paper into red and base turn the red litmus paper into blue, right? When we add some acid in blue litmus paper, it turn into red. When we add some base into red litmus paper, it turn into blue color. Now let us see what happens when an acid and bases are mixed together. When we mix the acid and base together, what will happen? Let's see, okay? And now we are going to add one indicator to it. That is called as phenolphthalein. The indicator name is phenolphthalein. Okay? First, fill 1/4. This is the 1/4 part of an test tube with dilute hydrochloric acid, that is HCl. Fill 1/4 of the test tube with dilute hydrochloric acid. It is colorless solution, and note down the color of phenolphthalein. Phenolphthalein also a colorless, colorless one, and phenolphthalein to it. Here now acid and the indicator phenolphthalein is present. Now it not produce color. It is a colorless solution. Now add a drop of sodium hydroxide. It is a base. First the test tube have the acid and the indicator. The acid hydrochloric acid and the indicator phenolphthalein, that is colorless. Now add the base sodium hydroxide. First add a drop. It little bit turn into pink color, and add one more drop, and add drop by drop while the whole test tube change the color as pink. Now add one more drop of the dilute hydrochloric acid, and the solution again becomes colorless. When you add hydrochloric acid to it, the solution becomes colorless solution. And after that add hydroxide solution, sodium hydroxide solution. It produce the pink color. This process continues. When you add base to an acid, it produce color. It produce the pink color. When you add acid to that solution again, it will be colorless solution. It is evident that when the solution is basic, phenolphthalein gives a pink color. On the other hand, when the solution is acidic, it remains colorless. When an acid solution is mixed with the basic solution, both the solutions neutralize the effect of each other. The acid and the basic solution neutralize their effect. When an acid solution and a base solution are mixed in suitable amounts, both the acidic nature of acid and the basic nature of base are destroyed. That the solution is neither acid nor a basic solution. It's a neutralized solution. When we add both the basic and acid solution together, that solution is a neutral solution. It is not a acid or a basic solution. In this neutralization reaction, the heat is produced or evolved. It increases the temperature of the solution. When a neutralization reaction happens, it increases the temperature of the solution and it forms a salt. A new substance is formed when we mix the acid and base. A new solution is formed, a new substance is formed, that is called salt. It may be a acid or basic or a neutralized solution. This reaction, the reaction between the acid and base, are called neutralization reaction. And here is salt and water is produced. The reaction between acid and base is called neutralized reaction. Here salt and water is produced and heat also evolved in this reaction. When we add hydrochloric acid, that is HCl, that is the acid, to sodium hydroxide, that is NaOH, it is a base. When we add hydrochloric acid to sodium hydroxide, it produces the sodium chloride, that is NaCl. The chemical formula of sodium chloride is NaCl, and also water also, the salt and the salt, sodium chloride and water is produced in this reaction. When we add hydrochloric acid to sodium hydroxide, it produces the salt, sodium chloride and water. Here also heat is evolved. This is an example of neutralization reaction. When we add acid with base, it produces salt and water. Okay, and the neutralization reaction happens in our everyday life also. Let's see. First, indigestion. Our stomach contains hydrochloric acid, right? HCl, that is HCl. Our stomach contains HCl, that is the acid. But too much of acid in our stomach causes indigestion. Sometimes indigestion is very painful to us, right? To relieve from the indigestion, we take an antacid. Antacid means it's a milk of magnesia. We have to take an milk of magnesia. It contains magnesium hydroxide. We have to take an antacid, that is magnesium hydroxide. The base is present in that. It neutralizes the effect of excessive acid. Indigestion is caused by the excessive of hydrochloric acid present in our stomach. To neutralize that, we add one base to it, that is magnesium hydroxide. Okay, if we take one medicine that is made up of magnesium hydroxide, it neutralizes the effect of excessive acid and our indigestive problems will recur. Okay, next is ant bite. When an ant bites us, it intakes the acetic liquid, that is formic acid. When an ant bites, it produces formic acid to our skin. The effect of this acid can be neutralized by the rubbing moist, that is baking soda. That is also a base, that is sodium hydrogen carbonate, that is present in baking soda. That is the base present in the baking soda, sodium hydrogen carbonate. Or rub with the moist calamine solution, which contains zinc carbonate, that also a base. When we add this to sodium hydrogen carbonate and zinc carbonate, the effect of acid can be neutralized. Okay, next, soil treatment. In soil treatment also the neutralization used. Excessive use of chemical fertilizers make the soil acidic, and it also makes the soil as basic also. and plants do not grow well when the soil is either too acidic or too basic. When the soil is too acidic, it is treated with bases like quicklime, that is calcium oxide, or slaked lime, that is calcium hydroxide. When we add calcium hydroxide or calcium oxide to the soil, it will neutralize. There is no other problems happen to the soil. If the soil is basic, when the soil is acidic, we have to add some bases to that. If the soil is basic, organic matter that is suitable to add to the soil. The organic matter releases the acids, which neutralizes the basic nature of the soil. Okay, this is the method that is used to treat the soil. And then factory waste, the waste of many factories contain acids, right? If they are allowed to flow into the water bodies, that harm us, and that will kill the fishes and the other organisms that present in the water. And the factory waste are therefore neutralized by adding some bases to it. So these are the neutralization that are happen in our everyday life, in digestion and by soil treatment and factory waste. So today we have discussed about neutralization and what are the methods we are used in our everyday life, right? I hope you all are understand this. Thank you, students.